I might be a little high, but I'm feeling wonderful.
Okay. All right. Ah, here we are. Cool. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Date Night with the Lunas.
Alrighty.
My name is John C. Luna, and
I'm
my wonderful
Julie.
wife.
Luna, thanks a lot. I was just getting into the groove of things here. I'm like on the SDC on my laptop, so now I could join in with the
Do you want to know
conversation.
something? There's more of us. There's more of us here than there.
Yeah.
I think it's cutting it off, but it's showing you just fine.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's fine.
That's
It's
perfect.
like, and it shows your head too, so the video is fantastic.
Just
Awesome.
so everyone knows, we are broadcasting on SDC, Facebook, YouTube, BFAM 109.6, and I think that's everything.
That's it. That's everything. So that's live.
So we got it all covered.
So yes. So welcome in the chat rooms there. Feel free to drop your questions, anything. We just like to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Fairville University.
We just did a class with them.
Yes, we did. Last week we did Tantra 101.
And we're doing
open relationships. April 14th.
Coming up.
Yes.
So if you're interested, go ahead and go to fairvilla.com and click on Educate, and the list of classes will be there. Hey, James and Test. You guys tuned in from New Mexico. We are awesome. Yep. Hey, Orlando.
That's us, man.
I know. That is you. I'm looking at it. That was the joke. I'm slightly high, but I'm not that high.
He's very high because we also spent 3 hours at the beach. Yes.
Was that only 3 hours?
It was only 3 hours at Playa Linda. You know, of course, clothing optional. I love it.
For those of you who are not local, Playa Linda is actually it's a federal park.
Yes, it is.
Just north of the Kennedy Space Center Launch Center. I mean, I am a straight shot to the launch platform. We're right there. Then you turn and you go down. But 20% of it, the last part of it. So about 20% of the beach is clothing optional. Mm-hmm. And what I love is they embrace it.
Yes.
And I want to call them Ranger Rick, but the Rangers actually, they come by. As long as you're in that 20%, you can go naked. You can have fun. You can do whatever you want. Don't fuck.
I don't know.
Maybe
if
you
we
go
did.
far enough.
No, today there was.
Which couple was fucking?
Then I don't know if they were actually fucking, but I know she was giving head to the guy next to us. You know, the little cute pop-up tent that I wanted. Yes. That was just like it just pops.
Okay, so if I'm facing the ocean to the left,
to your left, to your left when we were sitting down. Yeah, because when I was playing in the water, I saw them. I'm like, someone's getting some head, and someone's I'm like, okay. But we didn't put our tent up, so because it wasn't that hot. It was nice. The water was perfect. It was a little chilly once but once you're in, it was good.
We got photos.
John is high as fuck.
And we're going to be posting them on Instagram, I think. A few of them. The legit ones.
The legit ones.
The
ones I have to put stickers all over.
I'll let you take care of the stickers.
Fun.
But I'm thinking.
So where have you gone on beach adventures?
Where have you gone for, I was going to say, public nudity? Legally.
Mm-hmm. Legally, public nudity.
But that gets into the question, which we love.
Which is?
Where have you had sex in public? And I'm not going to ask whether it's legal or illegal.
Illegal!
I know what you did. We're going to talk about that. But that's the subject of tonight. Where did you fuck in public? Because I can tell you the first place I fucked in public.
Where?
Okay. We're talking junior year of college.
Wow. It took a long time. Very long time.
I'm going to just show you the movie, The 40-Year Virgin.
I've already seen that one, The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, and Anyway.
Which theoretically, John did qualify at a certain point because I met you when you were 36. And at
that point, you were only the 7th person I've...
Right.
No, it was a little more.
It was kind of a little bit more because,
single digits stuff.
You were still at single digits until you hit your 40s is when you started going into double digits and triple digits.
With your support.
Yes, full support.
But it was really funny because she really did support me in the sense that...
He's my piggy.
I am. She loves me for it. But when you're confessing to me triple digits, and I'm like at 10, you're like, we got to even this shit up. So later in life, you don't have one of those complexes. What's it called? Midlife crisis. So, what was your first time having sex in a public area, preferably a place you shouldn't have, but we'll take other ones. And San Antonio, woohoo! Love that place. Riverwalk.
Riverwalk, yes. I miss the food. I miss the decorations and the ambiance. Yes, I need to go back. I really do need to go back.
But, so spring break. So we're talking 1993.
Okay. I was just graduating high school at that time in Chicago.
I went to New Orleans, but stopped in Pensacola.
Right.
Huge military base out there, by the way.
Yes.
And I was with a local. She knew where to go, and she took me in a sand dune, which sand dunes over there are like, as I assume, sand dunes in the Sahara, because you went down 15, 20 feet and then came up 15, 20 feet. It wasn't like a bump.
Oh, so you were in the crack?
So we went down in there, and I got head, and she jumped on top and fucked me.
Okay.
The whole time I'm on my back, realizing there is a Black Hawk or whatever helicopter they had at the time circling us.
Okay.
Probably taking pictures, but I didn't have my glasses in at the time. But I wouldn't say a word to her because I was afraid she was going to stop.
Of course she would have. Because you.
No, she would. She didn't. This is probably the wildest girl I've dated before you, because she said, "Oh, I would have waved at them and done the titty thing or something like that." And again,
It only took you what, like 15 years?
19, 20 at the time.
Oh no, 20 years before you got me. So yeah.
So the only problem is, not only was the helicopter going, and this is what I remember, when you're in a sand dune, eventually the sand from the top of the dune comes down. So when the wind picked up, I'm getting sprayed at sand from both ends and just hoping it doesn't like fuck up the connection with the lube, because that could get painful. If anyone's had sex at the beach,
you always have lube.
Even if you have lube, getting sand in there is just, even anal sex. Although I haven't had it, I'm only guessing on that one. But that's my first time. What is your first time having sex publicly?
Oh shit.
What's really funny is she's going to have a hard time remembering.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't that time. How many times have you? I'm not even going to ask. No, I will. How many times have you had sex outdoors?
Round ball, about 30. Round ball.
How many at Disney?
5. I think. Wait.
I was going to congratulate you and say, at least you have that number down. But
well, I didn't think about it because it's like all the different locations. And it's like, but I know minimum 30. I know 30 times outside.
See, now I don't feel bad having more dates than her because I'm just catching up.
Yeah, you're barely catching up there. I can't. Oh God, I know it was in Chicago. My first outdoor sex was in Chicago. I know that. Navy Pier. I think.
There's a hello from Tampa.
Hello from
Navy
Tampa.
Pier.
Navy Pier in Chicago. That's like so we.
Okay.
Oh, you weren't with me. No.
Yeah, the other lover was with you. See how we get this poly stuff confused?
No, that was the ex. That was the ex-husband.
Okay. Well,
it was the ex.
It was a relationship.
It was a relation. That's why I'm like, no, it was the ex. Yeah, it was Navy Pier, because it's like that used to be my like safe zone to go, like when I needed to like, what do you call it? I needed a safe space. That was my safe space, was Navy Pier, because it just, the food, the ambiance, all that. So yes, it was Navy Pier over by the where the big thing, what do you call that thing? That like
archway?
No, what we have one here in Orlando. The People Mover, is it? I know it's not the People Mover, but you know, the round circle that's also in the UK.
Roundabout.
The roundabout. Isn't it called the roundabout?
The traffic roundabout.
No. The ride. The ride. You know, you put.
Oh, okay. You didn't say right. Okay.
Yeah, it's the ride. Yeah. The you know, where you get there and you circle around. It takes about an hour or half hour.
The big one.
The big one here.
It's not a carousel.
No, it's just.
It's a. Not a carousel.
Not a carousel.
Ferris wheel. You got it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. The eye. Oh, the eye. Is that what it's called in Chicago? Someone said the eye. I'm like, this is easier.
It might be because.
But any which way, that one. That was like my first time having sex. I'm not going to disclose the age because it is considered Jeffrey Epstein style. So it's like not. So
don't admit that.
Well, it falls on the. Okay, you know what? I'm like so.
Okay, then I'm not asking about first anymore with you. I'm not. I love you. You were an early bloomer, and we're just going to go with that. So
yeah, I started really early. Like, you know, don't disappear mentioning don't disappear mentioning that. Carousel. So yeah, no, it was yeah. But my one of my favorites is over at Disney, overlooking the Magic Kingdom at night, castle full lit on top of the bakery at Main Street, the Main Street Bakery. So I had rooftop access, and
that was in the Magic Kingdom.
that was at the Magic Kingdom, yes.
Which is different from the other place you told me about in Disney Springs.
Disney's no. Oh, so then it might be. I might have more. I was counting like a couple of places at Boardwalk because I worked at Boardwalk, and you know my partner JC was there. So anytime I'm like, he was such a good partner for me, JC, because for 10 years I was not interested in relationships. So I just needed a fuck toy, and he was a good fuck toy. And sometimes he was really good when I had a really bad day and I needed to get aggression out. And I think that's why he calls me so much like a dominant, because I would just, I ravished the shit out of him. I'm like pissed off. I mean, I did that to you once, and you just kind of like rape. And I'm like, you want me to stop? You're like, no. But
no, it was when you started your testosterone pellets.
No. We were still in the other place. Like we were first dating like the first 2 years. That
when I woke up.
No, I came home from the limousine job. I was so pissed, and I just threw you up in the air and just started having my way with you. And that's when you started yelling rape. And you're like, and I asked you if you wanted me to stop. You're like, no. And I'm like, okay. And I just kept ravishing you there like crazy, because it was just like,
you did. You threw me on the bed. You pulled my pants off, and
first up the wall, then the bed.
Right. Because you went right down on me.
Yeah.
No hesitation whatsoever.
Nope. I just ravished you because, and that's why JC thinks I'm just a really good dominant, because the majority of the time I went over to have sex with him is when I was pissed off.
You had a grudge fuck.
Yeah, I get.
That's the word for it.
Yes.
It's somewhere between a fuck buddy and a punching bag. You put them in the middle.
Yeah, you're right.
Had a grudge fuck.
Yeah, now I get it. It's only taken me like 25 years.
And what's worse is this poor guy probably enjoyed the crap out of it, because you fuck like an animal. Love it.
Oh yeah, I do. That's why he's like, anytime I'm like, I got the place to myself, can you come over? He's there, and I see him maybe 3-4 times a year, if that. But I love it because.
Hold on, now I'm trying to remember. Because that's different from the bellman we know.
JC is the bellman.
Okay, can keep going. Yeah, 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times a year that I'm just like.
Sorry, I just made the connection now, and yes, okay.
I call him JC. It's like, yeah.
Keep going.
This is what happens when you change the names of people that you forget.
It helps if you tell someone that this is their new name. Now,
we have, because there's Drew and JC.
Right.
Those are the only 2 that I name. The other partner, who shall remain nameless, is
right.
Back wherever. But yes, but JC and Drew's like dying to see me, and I saw him for lunch, but we haven't had any kind of sex. But he considers himself a pleasure dom. Like he's like focusing on that.
Well, recently you haven't had sex.
Right.
I know you've had plenty of sex with Drew.
Yeah,
good thing.
Well, yeah, with Drew's. No, it hasn't been that much sex. No, but then he tells me like his trip from Los Angeles. He comes back to his hotel room and has 2 porn stars there who's like laying naked, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do?" And I'm like, "I know what you did. You just said that just to make theatrical." And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I fucked them." I was like, "Ouch." Mind you, these porn stars are trans, so. And they were pretty hot looking. I showed you the photos.
Oh, they were good looking.
Yes, they were. They were very good looking. I was so jealous on that, but it was okay. But can you do?
So, sex in public.
Sex in public.
What's your favorite?
I just told you.
Up on the.
Oh, okay. You're asking the audience members. What's your favorite sex in public there? Okay, so conventions don't count because technically they're not public; they're private. Swing party.
Is it okay? I'm throwing out swinger parties, although if that's your idea of being an exhibitionist, cool. We're with that. I know, God, we went to a party once, and it was one of my favorite ones because they had a pool in the back. That's where everyone was. There was 9 couples. 18 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember one girl was really model-like, and she was getting a lot of guys out, and we're kind of getting annoyed.
Right.
But we were having sex at the pool. It was one of those pools that was really cool because it had a place you could sit in the corner.
Yeah, like
and
a little table
and then
with an umbrella.
An umbrella.
Yeah,
right inside
and
the pool.
you could sit on it. So it had a table, so you could, sit, eat, and so it was good.
But they had the bar so close to it, you didn't have to get out of the pool to get it. So think about this: 18 people, all horny, by the pool, with pretty much more alcohol than we could ever drink and live. Yeah, that went on for like 2 hours at least.
I thought it was 3.
I know someone got covered in champagne.
Yeah,
and that's when I'm like, yeah, this is Hollywood shit. This doesn't happen to me. Well, this is at the beginning of when I started. Not beginning, but still the first 5 years of swinging. So
yeah, no, was it 5 years of swinging or 5 years together?
No, that was probably around 2012.
Yeah.
So it was in the first 5 years of me swinging. This was still new.
Oh yeah.
Now since then, we've been to some really great places.
Places. I love the party down in South Florida.
Oh God, that was amazing.
That was so much fun. It was very welcoming, very open. They were like, "Hey, so we'll see you next week." And we're like, "We're from Orlando, so come on by."
You could stay at our place.
I'm like, "Oh, that was so sweet." And this is like first when we got burned from the Central Florida swingers because John came out by, and we're talking 2012, 2013. That you came out and we got burned, but South Florida was so welcoming. They were all that. What party is this? Oh God, it was so many years ago.
But we'd love to have another one, and we know some people we would invite.
Yes, we just don't know. Because the couple who had that party in the house just no longer together. Up. Yes, and that was was sad. It was very sad. It was very, very sad. But then remember we met up with the guy again, and then there was another couple. So he was like the single guy. He invited another couple, and then us. And then what ended up happening? That other couple monopolized his time, and I'm like, bitch, come on, share.
See, you know what I'd really love to do?
I don't like when that happens.
I'd really love to find maybe 2 or 3 other couples and do a very nice size. I would say bed and breakfast, Airbnb for a weekend, like a Friday and Saturday night, and nothing but Uber Eats. We don't have to leave the house. Stock up on shit. I
was like. I just had someone who does not.
No clothes the whole weekend. Make sure there's a pool outside. Tess, I know.
And there goes our camera there real quick. So.
It's back.
Yeah. No, but it's like, because I have like a playmate who, that would be our house. Yes, but you have little ones there. That's why we'll have to see that. But because I have a playmate that refuses to do Uber Eats. I'm like, I just want to stay in bed and order Uber Eats and just fuck all day, and just does not grasp that concept. I'm like, seriously, how?
So we need minimum requirements.
Lots of lube. Of course, we have like a case.
We'll bring our kink bag. Yeah. Definitely need to do a. I'd love a fuck bench. Like that would be my inspiration to just go out and buy one. But I want a nice one. I don't want.
And that's the sad part. Yeah,
or St. Andrew's Cross.
Yeah, St. Andrew's Cross. I am still mad that one person won't sell the damn St. Andrew's Cross. The money will go to the kids going to the hotel.
Feel free to call me later. You got my number.
But it was. Now you made me lose my train of thought there. Totally made me lose the train of thought. You being high is not helping me.
No, actually, I think I'm flowing pretty well with this.
No, you're not.
I beg to differ.
Fine.
We were talking about renting the place.
Okay.
You were talking about South Florida. The parties was amazing.
Yes, that house party. It was a house party there. Yes,
house parties are great.
Right. Which we haven't been talking with that one guy and let him know, but he's been up here a few times. So, and kind of miss playing with him. Except when he pulled the foot fetish. I'm sorry. Please tell me ahead of time that you have a foot fetish, because I'm in the middle of fucking having sex, and then he pulls my foot and starts licking it. I'm like, oh, please, can you just at least forewarn me? I didn't know what to say or do. I'm not a foot fetish kind of person.
But it totally derailed you?
It totally derailed me for a minute, because I looked at you, remember? I'm like, what the fuck?
And I'm just like, go with it.
I was like, yeah.
He's not sticking his toe in your mouth if you don't let go.
Yeah, exactly, because you were fucking his girl at that time. Yeah, the little Asian girl. She was really cute. I had lost track of her ever since they broke up. I was like, she was super cute.
I never fucked her.
Yes, you did.
God, I did.
You did. She was so tiny. You're like, oh, she's so tiny and light. I
She
remember.
was.
Yeah, exactly. Big boobs with tiny and light. I hear you. Me neither.
Let's see
So,
here.
yeah, that party, yes, that's the only thing. But I have Drew is a foot fetish, so now I let him do that because he forewarned me. He let me do. I'm like, okay. He's like, I sometimes despise when he says, "Suck it up, girl. I'm gonna just enjoy this." I'm like, oh god. I'm like, fine, just do that there. But yeah, hopefully he has his little drama going on and it'll be resolved soon. Praying.
But that brings me to something I want to talk about. Fetishes, when do you disclose them?
Oh yeah.
I do it up front, like way up front. This is my lifestyle. This is what I do. I'm not changing. I think you're cool, whatever. But I'm not changing my life for anyone else. I'm too old for this.
Oh, explain the difference between a fetish and a kink, baby.
Oh, okay. So, did someone ask that? No. A fetish is something you need to achieve an orgasm. A kink is something you want. Here's the difference. We use them interchangeably. We've been kind of going into the clinical world for a while and learning it from psychologists and classes like that. Apparently, when you say someone has a fetish, and you'll get the look of a real fetish, there are people that can't have an orgasm unless their nipples are being touched. I mean, literally everything else was going on. Nothing. The moment you touched a nipple with everything else, that was the spark that did it. But there was a show on that, and some guy actually had a fetish where he had to have sex on his classic car, and he never sold it. He had the car like 35, 40 years, whatever it was. That's the only place he can achieve an orgasm.
Yeah.
So what is your weird
fetish?
Well, if you have a fetish, I still want to know about your kinks because I have lots of kinks.
Oh, you have like a whole resume long of kinks.
It's more like going to Disney when you have to ride every ride, and then next time you go, you're like, "There's more rides." Okay, we got to do that one. But the thing is, in my world, Disney keeps taking down the old rides. Like, we're still upset they got rid of Mr. Toad's Wild
Ride, which is still at Disneyland.
But it's not here.
Right.
So.
Wait, yeah, they have that.
So fetishes.
Fetishes, yes. You have a lot of fetishes.
I do, but I let people know about something before I do it.
All depends on what kind of play you're going into when you're negotiating there, because some of our fetishes are like, mostly they're kinks. Majority of ours are kinks, but you have more of the fetishes than I do.
I have more kinks.
Yeah,
a lot more kinks.
A lot more kinks.
No, I can have an orgasm.
Yeah, you can have an orgasm like anything. Yeah, but
right.
What do you call it? The kinks. We have more kinks than fetish. But I don't think neither one of us has a fetish.
No, I don't think I have a fetish.
Fetish. No,
I get aroused by a lot of different things. I mean, you do too.
I do too. I'm like just trying to think, but what makes me come up? But it's just like, yeah. I mean, I've discovered new kinks about me, but not new fetishes.
Like compression?
The compression. Oh, God, I love that. It's just like, oh. But yeah, it's like having, but also, I don't know. It's like, I kind of don't like being dominant, but sometimes it just comes out, but I just blame it on Mexican temper.
So, meaning she's a natural dominant, right?
Yeah, it's just like, hey, look, I did a YouTube video on chastity cage, and it has over 350 views already. I'm like,
that was the other day.
Yeah,
it's gotten a lot more.
It probably got a lot more right now, and I'm just like, okay, so people want me to cuckold them and do all these crazy things,
and beat them and fist them, and it's not crazy things. If it brings people pleasure, it's a wonderful thing.
It does. But
when you say crazy, you mean out of your norm.
Out of my normal. But it's just like, I'm like, okay, so okay, I get it.
But we had an interesting, it wasn't sex yesterday morning, but you definitely came.
Right.
I wouldn't give you cock.
No, you wouldn't give me cock, but you were fisting me and fingering me, so.
But what happened was, let's see, I started by grabbing your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then
like really,
fingering you.
Fingering,
really grabbing her ass, like grabbing some dough that you're going to pull off and make a pizza out of.
Right.
Which started getting you going.
Right.
But then it started going more and more. I was fingering you. Mm-hmm. We were talking about
going down to Fantasyland
in Tampa,
which is an adult movie theater where you could have sex, you could watch a movie, you can be watched, or you could have glory holes. It's It's pretty amazing. There's not that many adult theaters, but I did find a website that did have it, and I just can't remember what it is, that lists all the adult theaters, even worldwide. So I was just like, wow, there's not that many adult theaters. Yeah, it had Brazil, it had UK, it had Germany, it had all these different places. I'm just like, wow, because I asked.
Do you think that should be linked from like Travelocity? Because I think that's like something people would want to know. Hey, I'm going to be in Berlin. No, we won't put out Berlin. Berlin's a freaky place. I'm going to London. Hey, and my hotel's next to a thing. Bonus
is right. It's like I totally would like to do that. So, I mean, that's the whole thing going on that way. But I don't know what else. It's like freaky. So we were talking about that, and
well, hold on. I know what it is. It was not your fetish, but it's definitely your kink. Is fucking outdoors and almost getting caught.
Not almost getting caught. I'm like, I just like fucking outdoors, period. It's just like always in the car or outdoor in the park.
And that's why I would love to get you to a campsite, even if we don't stay. Well, then I get to fuck you in the woods.
Okay, fine. You get a one-time deal. You get a one-time pass.
That's the enthusiasm.
One-time pass. I don't like the outdoor.
So when you say the outdoors, you want to do it in a shopping mall, not the woods.
Not the woods. It's grass and trees and bugs and just bugs. The bugs. Yeah.
Haven't been camping in 13 years, and I'm okay with that. I do a whole different type of camping now.
Right. I mean, you could go to Sawgrass, or is it Sawmill or Sawgrass?
Sawmill.
Sorry, Sawgrass is the outlet
mall. Believe it or not, they've been sold out.
They've been sold out? Wow.
They got very popular. And
damn.
Remember last time I went to
which is
Fort Lauderdale.
It's an LGBT campsite resort. So predominantly more gay than lesbian than bi, but there's like a little trail that they tell you, be careful going down that trail, because if you don't want to get something, then it's like, okay.
But we've been there. They've done. It's also a regular campground. They've opened it up for charity events. And that's where you discovered fire cupping, because they had Rent-A-Dome.
Rent-A-Dome.
Isn't that great? What was it like? How much for 15 minutes? $10, $20?
I think it was like $20 for 15 minutes, but because it was fire cupping, we had to do the 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't care. Here you go. I want to do this. I want to experience it. So you could have been tied, you could have been flogged, you could impact play.
They had a
lot of things going on. They also had wax play, if I'm not mistaken, there. So, which was really cool. But like I said, I wanted to be fire cupping. That guy was amazing, and he loved me, because apparently my reactions is like got him off even more.
You know what might be cool to do?
What?
What if I did next time fire cupping and turn them on?
Of course. We could.
Would you? Hey, those on SDC, would you like to see her maybe later this week get fire cupped?
Yep.
Maybe Thursday night if we have time.
Oh.
That would be nice.
Well, we have to see what night. It has to be. Yeah, so it's not going to be part of our broadcast here, because in order to be fire cupped, I have to be nude. So that way.
Oh, you can't. Well, okay.
Yeah,
so
it'll
be on SDC. It will not be on
BFAM 109.6 or the other places.
So if you're not on SDC, and no, they're not a sponsor, we just really like them. We've been swinging for me over 13 years, you much longer. But
you won't let me disclose anymore, because
we're definitely the only place I really look lately is SDC. And don't worry, I've been to other ones.
Yeah.
And never going to OkCupid again. But I've been to other swinger sites, and we just like SDC, especially. By the way, these things are regional. So
do it on me when I get back. Of course, girl. Anytime. Just come on up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
By the way, we now have an extra room, and it won't be for rent.
It won't. No. It's like we're fixing my office space again, because yes, it's like I need my office space again.
See, somehow I had a house with an office, and then it became another house with a studio that doubled as my office, and now it's still the studio while you're getting an office.
Well, no,
office.
No, I don't have a second office there. No, right now I'm doing an intense cleansing. It's a 7-day process that I'm doing. So I have to kick John out for an hour and a half. So it's not Sage, it's Mac Daddy more. So it's a whole process. Just for you viewers who don't understand, I'm very witchy, woo-woo, because I'm an intent.
Witchy woo-woo?
Yes, I'm witchy woo-woo. I'm an intuitive psychic medium, so I do practice candle work, spell magic, rituals. So right now, because of our recently deceased roommate, I am doing an intense house cleansing up and down to make sure all the energies, everything is out. So yes, so I am continuing with my tarot readings, or I like to call them more my psychic readings than tarot, which I need to promote more. And then coaching, because I am also like a sex worker. So that's why I'm saying I got my office back for my sex work. So it's like one of those things. So yes, well, I mean, you can have an office. This is technically your office.
It is the office, but the couch keeps moving depending on the situation. So.
Okay, yeah. So it's a revolving couch. You know, hey, like Billy Joel and his revolving piano. You know, we could see it one way or another. So we're at the halfway mark. Yes, we have our sponsor, Elmo Fudge.
Well, no, I'm going to go ahead. Because the full of it, I will need to read.
You have to read the full of it?
Yes, it is. Okay. It is Elma Fudge and Tweety Tweets.
Tweety Tweets.
And I've had them before. We thought we'd just eat them here. So here you go. Basically, this is a chunk of fudge.
Yes. Dark chocolate Snickers is what I'm eating right now from our sponsor. And John gets the peanut butter.
I'm curious if I can eat this off of you.
Probably not.
I think that would be a good idea.
No, because right now it's like I guess I forgot to put sunscreen here because I'm having my sun rash right now at the moment.
So I get to melt the fudge on your sunburn.
You're not melting no fudge. I was like, okay, you left it on the computer. Now they're all like melty fudge. See, this is what happens. It's like, look at the texture. It's our sponsor. It's $1 fudge.
I got peanut butter fudge.
Yeah, I got dark chocolate Snickers. So let's see how this is. So let's see if it doesn't raise my sugar, because remember, diabetic here.
Ooh, yeah, true. So if you want to order it supports us. Go ahead and just text 678-322-7802, 678-322-7802, and they'll text you back, and it's $1 a piece. So fantastic.
This is really good.
This is good. I still think it would be better if I ate it off of you, but okay, I'm good.
You're good.
What? You know, splashing is something like sex with a lot of food that I never really thought I would like until I was with someone who really liked it. And I'm not sure if the act turned me on or the fact of how enthusiastic she was about it. But
no, I think because she was lactating.
That too. There was a lot going on there.
That's what really turned you on, because that's always been one of your fantasies, is to, like, you know, have sex with a lactating woman.
I'm very oral, and I don't mind being in the middle of a big mess.
Right, but it was just like, I'm like, thank God we did not meet when I was pregnant, because I would have probably beat the shit out of you. I'm like, no, because that.
Hold on. No.
No, because my tits were sore when I was pregnant. They you know, I was like, don't come near me, don't touch me, nothing. It was just like, I hated that. So knowing you would probably bite down hard and really gotten the town on that.
So I just want to make sure of this. So I'm asleep and I wake up and you're mounting me. Not blowing me, literally mounting me and going hard and wild. You're saying I shouldn't complain, which I'm not going to.
Wait,
however,
but is it sensitive? Is it sensitive? Is it sensitive?
Sweetie, you almost broke my dick once. That is possible. You can break a dick. When she gets too wild and it comes out, and then when it slams down, totally misses it and hits the pelvic bone. Ow!
You said you like wild sex. You like wild women. Now you're saying a different story on air. I'm just saying.
Nope.
You know, you're just.
I do love wild women. It's funny. I go for wild and either dom or sub. I don't care. I'm a switch.
We're both switches.
I mean, right now I'm playing with a kitty submissive and I'm loving it. If I found a strong woman, I would have no problem. Oops, someone said something. What they say?
Yeah. I was so scared when I was breastfeeding. The rumor was that if I had an orgasm, I will squirt my milk. Well, not true, but it made me afraid to have an orgasm. Oh my God, you deny yourself a good sex. Let me tell you, pregnancy sex is hot as fuck. I was so grateful I had a playmate that, again, so good. I miss him so much. I really do. Unfortunately, we had to part our ways because
see, Tess, my answer would have been, I'll lay on my back, you get on top, let's see what happens, and douse me. Make a mess.
He is a messer. He loves messes.
I love
like, remember the one girl that says, I'm sorry, I have to stop because I'm going to squirt. He's like, flood me, baby, flood me.
Apparently, the girl I was sleeping with, it was naughty.
It was naughty.
It was naughty, so it was an event. Her husband was right there. You were having fun with him.
Oh yeah,
mostly.
No, it
He
did. That guy
apparently
really
was
did.
very
Anti-squirting.
I'm a Virgo,
Oh my God.
but anal. He didn't like messes when there was sex, and I'm like, when I looked at her and said, "Douse me, baby," her eyes lit up like I don't have to hold back, and she didn't, and it was wonderful.
That's what James said, but I was in my head. That was with my boobs. A real squirt, I'm all in for. I can drown people. There you go. Drown them. Drown them. Ah!
Bring it. What? I'm about to buy her a plane ticket when to get her back up to Orlando. I know, getting a weekend would be rough. So,
considering I don't squirt that often, a couple of times I have.
yes.
I've gotten wet, but
No, you get very wet.
I get very wet.
That's why I've learned, because sometimes you're just like very quickly, stick it in me. And I'm like, then I need lube. Lately, I'm like, no. And that frustration seems to get her. I did that yesterday morning. Like, put it in me. I'm like, I ain't doing it. And I just stuck more and more fingers in, and you kept asking for more. And then you had a hell of an orgasm, because afterwards, I like touched you like this, and your whole body shook.
I get sensitive afterwards after a good orgasm, but then I'm done for the day. Back April 2nd, James said, but him the ticket from me. I buy James the ticket.
We'll negotiate.
I know.
Oh, we have watching from Seattle.
Yay! Just got back from Seattle. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey.
yes.
Know that.
Yes, we do. And I owe a response. We cannot go this weekend. I know you sent me a message, and I do apologize for not responding back. I have the Disney run this weekend, so I'm doing the 5K, the 10K, and the 10 miler. And then, what do you call it? John's doing the 5K, and then we also have our friend's funeral service on Saturday from 12 to 5. So
it's going to be a rough weekend.
Not in the mood to be socializing, partying. I know we'll probably have some good times and laughs with our friends, because we just friggin' realized, like, I never had a contingency plan with Tiny in regards to what am I doing with her personal info apps and everything, because she had some racy stuff there that I didn't have a chance to delete from her family, like talking about how big her boobs are and how she likes to fuck and how she was on ecstasy with another couple. I was just like, oh shit, I should have deleted all that so the family doesn't know. App idea. What?
App idea. You get an app on your phone and you tag all the questionable apps on your phone and even questionable text, and you have it. You give a friend or multiple friends access, like this remote thing.
Yeah.
So if you die, they know to get on their phones and access it and be like, delete Grindr, delete SLS,
yes.
delete. Oh, delete this entire text. We don't know. Delete these contacts.
I think there's an app for that. We have a digital will with all the passwords. Oh my God, I need that. We should do that. A digital will.
My passwords changed so much. So.
Yeah. No, it was just hysterical. I mean, we talked about it, but we never actually implemented that plan. So we need to do that. It's like I like a digital will with all the passwords there.
Well, we do need to get a will.
Yeah, I know. I need to like find one to do that. And yeah, because they probably went through her phone and they're probably like asking what the hell is going on. And I was just like, holy shit, because it's like we talked, that's the best thing with Tiny. She was a good roommate, friend, 18 years, and we talked about her sex adventures. Because let me tell you, the last 8 months of her life, they were the badass, most adventurous, fun life for her, because we did it.
She should have known the swinger life 20 years ago, but she didn't. But she was ready for it 20 years ago.
Yeah,
she jumped in full 2 feet, no problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was awesome. I mean, we took her to Exotica, and it was just like, we had a blow up. It was, we fought, cats and dogs. Mom and dad was fighting, and she still had wild times. And she took sloppy seconds. How the hell do you enjoy sloppy seconds?
So, speaking of Exotica, I was going to say, surprisingly, even though, we did argue a bit and had not such a great time in certain parts, we met a porn star.
Mm-hmm.
who has reached out to us again, asking if we're going to be at places. I'm like, oh my God, it's one thing to, I'm like, a porn star knows me and they're like looking forward to it. Oh, come on.
Keep going. Yeah.
So let's see. We were talking about sex outside, sex in public. The truth is, I really haven't had a whole lot of it, sex out in public. I mean, we've all done it in a car. I mean, you can't go to your parents' house when you're 17, but we definitely need to christen a beach.
What do you mean
we haven't done it at the beach?
No. What do you mean you haven't had sex in your parents' house when you were 17?
Whoa, you just no, that was nothing like that. I didn't say anything. It was something different.
Oh, wait, sorry.
It was something else about being 17.
But you said parents' house. Sex at parents' house.
Yeah, you couldn't have sex at your parents' house, so you probably grabbed your car and parked in a parking lot somewhere.
And my question to you was, you couldn't have sex in your parents' house?
No. My parents wouldn't even let me close the door while I had a good.
Okay, so I Of course I did.
Did I mention at one time I was an altar boy?
And then he married me. And I corrupted him even worse. See, that was the best part about my childhood home, because I could sneak people in the middle of the night, and then I was just quiet and made sure my bed didn't squeak, and then they could sneak out.
What's really funny is we found her old house a year ago.
Last year.
And yes, the window's still there and the ladder is still there. So apparently you weren't the last.
There wasn't a ladder. It was the fireplace.
Yes.
So there was the window, and then the fireplace wasn't that far of a drop to go in and out. And then after that, I had the trash can there. So it was
and it was all set up.
It was all set up. So it was so easy to do. It's See, James and Tess, they had sex in their parents' home. So. Baby, I'm so sorry. Maybe
if I ever have. No.
See, not even go back to your family home and then take your girlfriend, and it's
I had a 40-foot drop from my window.
But still, even visiting, even when you're it's
okay, no. Penetrative sex, no. I've definitely made out. I fingered a girl. I got a blowjob, and of course, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I almost got caught. And getting caught wasn't really more exciting for me. I know it was sometimes for you, but.
What do you mean for me? It's it's an adrenaline. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Yes. So when I did that road trip, I drove a freaking Volkswagen Passat. It went 110 in zigzag. Oh my God, it was the best. It was so the best. And not to mention, I was fucking horny as hell. But I know my passenger seat would not play with me or touch me because I was scared half to death. You would probably play with me, possibly. I do miss that.
So here's the rule. If you go on a road trip with Angelique, don't fall asleep in the passenger seat, especially if it's your car and you don't want to wake up doing double what your normal top speed is. Does that put it in terms?
Well, I was actually surprised that the car could make 80 when he drove. It was just oh my God, it was so bad. Oh, that's hysterical. We said we were cold in my room, and James' parents, of course, it's one and only tardy he got. The whole old school knew. But see, you guys have been together for ages. So you have these fun stories. I mean, us, we just because he grew up in New York, I grew up in Chicago. I was well, I mean, it doesn't help. My parents were a little bit
conservative and.
No, because remember, they gave me my car that I owned and my insurance at 15 when I got my learner's permit.
Okay. I see a lot of things in you that now I understand after meeting your parents. Because your parents see the law as what's the word I'm looking for?
Guidelines?
A little less, maybe more like the school handbook that no one reads.
No, I say it's guidelines. It's not. They're not meant to be followed. They're just guidelines. To kind of guide you somewhere.
Well, my parents, very conservative. Don't go out. Something might happen. anyway, let's see what else. Because we still got a quarter to show left, 15 minutes.
It's like, yeah. Oh, so we are thinking of going back to in live person teachings.
Oh yes.
Here in Orlando. Would you be interested in coming and attending classes? We're thinking between two classes. Open our version is relationship flavors, which we go dissecting all the different types of relationships from polyamory, swinging, BDSM, and fetishes. That's the categories: communication, consent, compromise is the main there, and then also what do you call it? Lifestyle etiquette. So when we do lifestyle etiquette, is actually going to include both the swinging and the BDSM, because it kind of like cross over together. A lot of the etiquette in regards to what's going on, how to communicate, how to negotiate, what to expect, the aftercare. Because I think sometimes we forget, even with sex, we do need that aftercare. Either is it food, is it cuddles, kisses, or
Well, know what I just realized?
Uh-oh.
Think about every like high school movie going back after Breakfast Club, because that was a little different. How many times do you see boys, men, putting their plan in to get laid?
Right.
And then what happens is they get in relationships, they are getting laid, and they forget to do that plan thing because they have it going up to, but not during. So once they get sex, it's like, no, what do you do with it? And there's so much to do if you open up and talk about it. The truth is, we're still learning our kinks.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's interesting that, and this is something that, again, we're poly as well. The fact that your partner and not me discovered a new kink in you.
Yes.
Was surprising,
mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I've heard other poly couples, that's like a point of contention. Like a thing, but I was like, hey, fuck, thank you, let's go.
Aftercare isn't. James got in trouble with the other husband for doing aftercare. Yep, that's a negotiation. So I think lifestyle etiquette might be the class to take, because then we could like really educate people who want to have better relationships, better communications, because it either could be, like I said, in the swinging lifestyle or the BDSM lifestyle, because I know some people are interested in the BDSM, but they're just like kind of scared. But if I do lifestyle etiquette, because we do have the swinger etiquette class, but we were asked to do it as a lifestyle etiquette for ASN awards show.
I actually like it as lifestyle, though.
I like lifestyle etiquette because we could so incorporate so much things, because so much in the BDSM world can translate over to the swinging and the polyamory, and I think that's what people don't understand, what options are available. And yes, people don't know, and we need to teach them and really got it. I mean, we don't have a video about lifestyle etiquette as a preview. So,
but I think you need to start a series on that.
Yes, I do. So, I do have to start a series. Got to do more social media.
Yeah, we are all about orgies, group sex, gangbangs, mm-hmm. whichever. However, it needs to be consensual.
Uh-huh.
And it needs to be, informed.
Informed kink, yeah.
Yeah, because I hear things about like, an orgy's going on in a couple beds with a couple people, and some guy will just walk in and try to stick their dick in. And it's like,
or just jump in or start touching. It's just like, no, yes.
The worst is that, and I always go back to, what was Saturday Night Live, Night at the Roxbury?
Oh, yeah.
The whole, where a guy's like trying to get in and trying to make eye contact and like doing this. And you're like trying not to look at him, but the lady was getting fucked, mm-hmm. and it just ruined the whole experience. It's like, dude,
don't do that. Yeah, no. If we do an in-person class, we always have to charge, because we have to pay for the venue. We can't have it in our house. I mean, ideally, we did want to do like what do you call it here, classes and dinner. But then we have to charge, unfortunately, like $125 for a person if we were going to
get catered.
Yeah, because we're going to get catered, and we could only have like 3 couples, 6 people.
Yeah, that's not that much.
It wasn't, so that's why it was going to be kind of expensive, just because of the catering and the class. But if we rent the venue, it would be like $25 per person, just to pay for the venue, because it's like nothing's cheap, and we do know a place that's actually kind of like a bar area, so could be possibilities. we're putting it out there. If people want to, please let us know, direct message us. So if it is of something of interest, we'll start putting that up.
And just so you know, we're in the West Orlando area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to fly in for it and get a hotel, freaking A, we'll definitely take you. The $25 will be easy then.
I think between all the different groups, we could probably, I think we should kick it off with Lifestyle Etiquette.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Because a lot of swingers are definitely interested in more BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
And there are monogamous, monogamous or poly BDSM people I know who are kind of like curious about the swinger community. But again, when you're outside the community, there's always an image which has falsities, stereotypical ones.
Right.
Just like, people are scared of the BDSM community. I've never found a more welcoming community.
They've been awesome. The BDSM community, if you get into the right community, they will help you and take care of you as your own. There was a case a couple of years ago in regards to a woman was getting divorced. And she was into the BDSM lifestyle. Her husband was trying to prove that was a very detrimental for her family, because they had children. Kicked her out, and so she had to scramble and get like an apartment and also furniture, the whole 9 yards. She had to start from scratch. The community pulled together, and within a month they helped her get an apartment, get all the essentials to have beds, furniture, things. And the judge was shocked and asked, how were you able to accomplish this within 1 month? And she said, the BDSM community. The community helped me. This is what they do. They support us. They love us. They help us however we need. And she actually won custody of her children. Thank God for that. But it did shed a positive light on the BDSM community that people just don't understand and realize that. And I think all of the communities could benefit that, to know that we're there to help each other. And, that's something as resources, because we know in the lifestyle, every type of friggin' CEO, executive, firefighter, police officer, as like, how many times have we been to a party and there's been at least a minimum 3 law enforcements there? Minimum. At least 3, which cracks me up laughing. It's like, technically in this county it's illegal, and they're like, you won't say anything, I won't say anything. I'm like, done. I'm just saying.
Chicago days.
No, this was recently when we were in that with our favorite. Okay. Yeah, and they said, you don't say anything, I don't say. I'm like, okay, cool.
But that's part of the etiquette.
Yeah.
Regardless of what lifestyle you're in, if you're in an alternative lifestyle, example being, and this has really happened. Mm-hmm. There was a swinger. These were still house parties. They had a hotel, but it was house parties. Mm-hmm. And someone saw someone they knew the next day. Well, what do you do on Sunday?
You go to church.
And got so excited that someone from there was over here, was at their church, said, hey, weren't you last night at that swinger that did? And the whole area already heard it. Yeah. And if you know churches, the only thing that travels faster than light is
gossip.
Gossip,
and that was like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget nurses. There's teachers, nurses, tech guys. Because I remember one girl was talking with John, and it's like, oh, I'm a teacher. It's like, oh yeah, really? Because almost every guy that's here, it's like a software engineer, and it's like, I teach computer science. I was like, that was so priceless. I was like, she was excited for a non-technical guy, and so he's a technical guy.
Yes. I
Yes, but you're a great technical guy that teaches the kids what they need, and they send back great letters saying thank you for all this. Reviews. Thank you for Professor John for teaching me this and giving me a great high-paying job.
And I use those skills to then get kinky and teach other people to be kinky at night.
Yeah,
Use those teaching skills for a better cause.
For a better cause, yes. It's all for better sex. It's that should be our motto. All here for better sex. Better sex.
Why not?
Yes.
It's a great motto.
Yes, kind of deal. Any other questions, comments, and concerns? Because we're down to our last 5 minutes of the show.
But I think this is a time.
She like a woman. Los Locos 74. That's nice, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Your services.
What? Oh, your services.
Your.
Yes. So we offer private coaching, one-on-one, also classes, workshops, and I do the tarot psychic readings, well, more psychic readings than anything, and then the conscious erotic touch, which is hands-on helping, but it's like, what do you call it? I don't know. It's like the last client said he didn't feel much, and I'm like, I must be losing my touch. I need to like practice some more with conscious erotic touch.
I volunteer.
Yeah, I know you volunteer there, and what do you call it? I think that covers my services, and then we have the podcast and the YouTube. And how about you?
I think I was going to say, go to sexpositiveme.com, check us out. However, no, we are weeks, almost maybe, I won't say months, weeks away from launching a whole new website.
Yeah.
So check it out, sexpositiveme.com. It has our YouTube channel. Also check out Fairvilla University's YouTube channel. We do a lot of videos up there. I know I pushed one on gags.
Oh, you did?
It's coming. I think it's going to come out another
Wednesday.
week or so.
Yeah, no, either this Wednesday or next Wednesday it comes out, the gags one. But I know you just did the pumps.
Another one came out on pumps.
Yeah.
So
and then
specifically,
I did
yes,
gauge.
penis pumps.
Penis.
Yeah, my doctor actually gave one, and I'm actually have the science behind whether they work or not. And I know you're curious.
Yeah, well, we actually interviewed LA Pump, and they explained that, and we have that YouTube video on our YouTube channel with LA Pump. What else? I don't think anything else.
I don't know, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm itchy now. It's like I forgot to like put sunscreen here, and I get a sun rash there. But that's what you get for going to a nude beach. But I love going to nude beaches. Like I said, I don't like tan lines, and someone's like, "Well, we could just put some tape and give you tan line." I'm like, dude, if I want tan lines, I will put on this 2-piece bikini swimsuit. But that's it. I'm like, I don't like my tan lines.
Oh, well, what was I saying to you on the way there?
What?
I need to go ahead and get. I want piggy stickers.
Oh yeah, you want piggy stickers? Actual little piggies. Stickers.
I'm her piggy, but yes.
And my puppy.
Or
my
puppy.
Yeah.
Yes,
puppy.
which there's the puppy tattoos and the upside down pineapple tattoo that's coming soon. It's coming soon.
All his new tattoos coming soon. He's going to be covered from head to toe.
No, only one side. You said half the body's mine. I get one half, so I'm only doing the right half.
Look, and then that's only after arguing 8 years to get like more tattoos. Because I said, you know what, I got you with 3. That's it. But after a while, I just like, fuck it, do whatever. I don't care.
She loves me.
Because I love to be spoiled. So
that's true. You are spoiled.
I am very, very spoiled there, and it's just like I enjoy it very much.
Oh well. Ooh.
I knew.
Someone said they have a pig as their mascot. Yes, pig stickers.
Pig stickers. They have pig as their mascot. Okay, we have to do that. What else?
But I think we covered everything. We talked about Fairville University, the class we have coming up.
And then lifestyle etiquette. I might see if I could kick that off to see maybe in May. Gives us a month to promote it.
If you get on it.
Yes, I get it.
If you talk with them and get right on it and we do it, yes.
Yes. So it gives a month to promote, and that way we could do that. So I have to get that going.
And
thank you for seeing us eat fudge, and thank you for whoever just ordered the fudge. We're excited. That helps us to keep our sponsors. We need to keep our sponsors. That's the whole thing.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce there. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.
Bye. Hey, everyone on SDC. Sorry, we're going, but I know I'm going to do it, but I'm still saying I think Thursday night.
We'll see.
We might fire.
Okay, Thursday night.